love and a place to be. It's your boy. You ever know that song? Be like, you already know who it is. When we never know the mixtape, whoever mixtape that is. So I'm just gonna introduce myself and act like I ain't that famous. My name is Ren, host of the Sit Apart podcast. But I know somebody who is famous. This is the one. Okay, not the 2. 9, not 10 minus 9. She's the one. Your girl Didi. Say what's up to the people, Didi.
What's up to the people, Didi?
That's fire, actually. I like that. You should have a ringtone. I want to get a ringtone, and it literally says, "What's up to the people, Didi?" over and over. But you can't make ringtones no more, unless you got a Droid.
If you can, I would not know.
Yeah, unless you got a Droid. I think Droids can do it, but I am one of those people who I don't like to say I'm bougie, but I do itch when I see a green text. A little bit. A little bit.
I judge.
Okay. Just to make sure. Like at this point in time, I'm gonna make a bold statement and say, if you're a grown-up, you're a functioning member of society, you're paying taxes and going to work and handling your biz, but you got a Droid, you are okay with things being chaotic. You are okay with chaos.
Do they have skin tone emojis? Cause I be getting yellow ones.
See, and I
That's okay.
representation matters. I just need you to know the representation. When that yellow person raised their hand, I'm like, I am not a Simpson. I am not rocking with that. I can't do it. Representation matters. But I do want to say this, and I'm gonna say this to you, Didi, because we got some guests today, and I know they're gonna like fire like crazy on me about this. But I want to apologize to all the women out there whom has ever been around somebody who's been pregnant or been pregnant themselves, know anything about pregnancy, because I was at the chiropractor yesterday and the lady was like, popping our backs, all this other stuff. She was like, the doctor was like, hey, how many weeks are you? How far along are you? Right? She was like 35 weeks. And I was like, here you go. Another pregnant woman trying to get us to do math. Why don't you just say how many months it is and stop playing around with us? And then I found out that is the way that it's relayed to her from the doctor. Therefore, that's why they do that.
Absolutely.
I always thought, I was like,
humble yourself.
I was like, what happens
right now?
I need to. I feel bad now.
Yeah, you do.
That's the way it's relayed to you. I'm like, what? I got to carry the one. I literally got to start using my hands and
You don't even
toes.
got to do that. You just go with the weeks. You ain't got to know all that.
I don't know the difference. And because I wasn't the best math student, I don't know the difference between 35 weeks and 1 month. I don't know where this person is in their pregnancy. I just be like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Good answer.
You've been having some time. And I just totally dismiss it because I can't do the math and I don't want to feel stupid for not knowing that 35 weeks is whatever it is. It's just a stressful time.
It is.
So I do apologize. I apologize. I guys, humble yourself. Okay. Humble yourself. Don't act like you got to carry the one, dot the I, cross the T to get to what 35 weeks mean. Just live. All right. Just live. And for you fathers, how dare you not tell me this? I feel like one of y'all know. Why was I in the dark for this long? It's on site. Me and you fathers. But we got something great. We got an icebreaker that I want to start with you before we invite our great guest. Before I want to hear your question first. I want to hear your answer first. I like to put you on more spot than I put everybody else on. So this is like, guinea pig time. I'm just going to give you one. I'm going to name a recording artist. And you have to tell me what is their best song ever that they created.
Okay.
Now, just to let you know, there's no definitive answers. So you will be judged hardcore on your answer, but no pressure. The recording artist I'm going to give you is, what is Neo's best song? Best song you ever created? Go.
Why you pick him?
Because he got a lot.
Does he?
Listen, I before Drake was a thing, Neo got me in my feelings. I thought I was heartbroken when I was like 15.
The first thing that comes to my mind is what's the one? All because of you. Is that the name of it?
And I know this much is true.
Yeah.
Yes, you because of you. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
You know what?
Sure.
That's not bad. I thought you was gonna be way. I thought you was gonna say.
Mm-mm. No.
I thought you was gonna say some stuff. I would accept. I will accept that. I will accept that. For you
I
viewers
mean,
that
okay, I give you that he has some hits, but I'm not like a Neo. I'm He's not on any of my playlists.
not one. So
No.
you telling me you never did the yeah, well, I'm so sick of how you have reached Dee. Sorry I can't come to the phone, but I'll get back to you. So sick of love songs. Come on, everybody done
Mm-mm.
did that song and Lovers and Friends by Lil Jon. Everybody done did those two songs. You ain't never did those two songs.
I don't think we were in high school at the same time.
You know what? I I
I'm so
I get that.
sorry.
I get that to you.
It was Usher for me during those years. So I'm no competition.
Okay, what's the best Usher song?
Mm, it's too many to name.
And that's
Confessions album.
that album. Okay. Then I'm gonna choose Luther Vandross greatest hits. Like you can't choose a
Okay.
CD. Okay, I'll give you confessions. Um
I'm not a
respect.
Neo person, but I
Okay,
respect. I respect him.
okay, respectfully. Well, we're gonna get our guests opinions in
Yes.
on this. Who we got today, Dee Dee? Cue us up.
Yes, coming to the stage first. She is no stranger to the podcast. She's been here before, backed by popular demand. She is a singer-songwriter out of New York City.
Boss.
Grew
Yo.
up on a farm in Kansas, but relocated to New York City and has been pumping out songs like some of your favorite hits. Ladies and gentlemen, Jocelyn, aka Josh
Hey,
Boss
hey,
underscore
hey,
11.
hey, hey.
Huh.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Boss.
Welcome
I
back.
got a fresh lineup.
She really be
Okay,
gassing me out here.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Is that Kansas thing real? Every time you say something about her, I believe everything you say.
No,
Have you ever been on a farm?
no, I am
You
not a
ever,
farm girl at all.
you ever worked on a farm? Have you touched the
Never,
cow?
never.
Just no
Okay.
songs about him.
Okay. Like I imagine when every time she say a recording artist, I think of you making those type of songs where it's off of Who's That House? It's the little black girl cartoon. She remixed all row, do. She do all the rap versions of all the kid songs.
You know what he talk about?
The little
Gosh,
cartoon on YouTube.
the little cartoon girl with all her
I don't know.
family. They be like,
I know what you're
row,
talking about, but I don't know your name. I don't know the name.
and they'll turn it into like a twerk song and like literally be going row. I'll be like, listen,
Yeah, but when I
I
was
don't know.
younger, we used to make up songs. Remember that, DD?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
I mean, I was gonna ask for one. I was gonna ask for one, but I respect that.
Maybe, maybe later.
Yeah.
Okay. So Josh Boss, I'm sorry, I'm not worthy. Um, what is the best Neo song ever made?
I was kind of listening to Dee and was saying Neo wasn't it for me. But um if I were to choose a Neo song, I think I would go with can't go wrong with Sexy Love. I don't know why, but that song
I
is just
expected Dee to say something like that. So thank you for
I
fulfilling.
really love that song.
Okay. I respect that. Okay, and since we added, if you had to choose favorite Usher song, best Usher song ever created, please don't choose an album. Please don't choose an album. What's the
It's
best
so
Usher song ever
hard.
created?
It's so hard. Well, okay, so one of my all-time faves is You Don't Have to Call. I just love that song. That's a
8701.
hit. That's a bop.
You sassy. That wasn't on the That wasn't on no Confessions album though. So okay.
I do love the entire Confessions album though.
You know, that's crazy to me because like, how can you be like? Don't get me wrong, the album was fire, but how can everybody love a album of him telling on himself? It's like
that's not what it
it should
was.
have been called Force 48. They be snitching fast in that TV show. I don't know if you ever seen that mug. Soon as the credits happen, Deshaun did it like right away. Those episodes be short. But who do we got next? I respect that answer, Josh Boss. You the boss. I gotta respect that.
Even though you hated on my answer. Anyway, coming to the stage for the first time, hopefully not the last time. She is the pastor of a small church in San Leandro, California, and she used to coach Pee Wee football as well at the same time. So she's all that from somebody I grew up with in church back in the day in the Bay, and none other than Tiana. Welcome to the show.
Tiana.
Yo, what's up? Not the pastor of a church in San Leandro.
I was
wondering if that was true.
Yo, I am not
I was shocked at the city name, not the pastor part.
It's a real city.
It's a real city.
It's a real small city, but it is real.
It is real. It is.
I didn't think small cities existed in California.
That's all that exists in California.
A bunch of different small cities.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
What do we define as a small city? That's the question.
See, okay, so let me say this. I'm from like the LA area, right? And every 2 blocks, it's a new city. No, that's made up. I'm not gonna conform to y'all idea of a city. It don't even got a mayor. Like, no, this is a 2-block radius. It's not its own city. So I don't know what if you got a mayor, you a city.
Okay, then we got cities. We'll say
every small city has a mayor.
I think they got like like Sherman Oaks, California. Like that mug is 4 blocks long. They got like a representative. Like they don't even got a real like it's not a city.
Yeah.
But
Northern California is better. That's why.
See, I don't say that either because they make up things and like I don't like, for example, they are the home of the Golden State Warriors. Is Golden State the name of a city? Everybody else got city and team name, city and team name. You got the Golden State Warriors.
I'm gonna be quiet on that one.
Yeah, because people from the Bay say the same thing. I mean,
none of us understand it.
No one. Yeah, it's okay.
And then the Golden State is supposed to be all of California. I'm gonna digress. I'm gonna back up from this one. It just better be the Oakland Warriors. I'm okay with that.
Most people don't know that California has 4 basketball teams anyway. So,
oh, Texas is almost worse. What, they got 3?
You got 3.
Yeah, just 3.
Yeah, just 3. Some people ain't got 1.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, but like I said, I'm from LA, so I can't judge. We got 2 of everything.
Right.
I know. It's still bad. I don't. I know. It's stupid. But T, here's the question: what is the best Neo song ever made?
That he wrote or that he sang? That's 2 different answers.
I'll take both.
Okay, that he wrote, I'm gonna say "Irreplaceable" by Beyonce because he wrote
that was gonna be my next answer.
That he sang, I like "1 in a Million," but that's my choice. And I grew up with Neo, so
you're the only Neo fan here for saying 1. Are you kidding me?
I do like Neo. I do. So
listen, see if we talking about what he wrote, I think he wrote "You Should Let Me Love You."
He wrote a lot, and I actually prefer his written stuff over his singing.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, Didi, if you were allowed to say what he wrote, you would have a different answer for sure.
No, I just like his written stuff better.
Like what?
Like "Irreplaceable." And I think he wrote something he wrote a few things for Sierra, I think. "Let Me Love You" is a hit. Nobody can argue with that, but it's mostly a hit because of who sang it.
Yeah, he got a voice. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually
music
sad.
is hard for me to narrow down to best or favorite because
Same.
it's too much that goes into it.
Okay, I respect. So T, just because we talked about, I can call you T. We cool. We play cousins now. I
Basically,
read something that said black math is if you know somebody and you get along with them, you cousins. So,
automatically. Automatically.
I respect that. What's the best Usher song?
I'm gonna say Superstar.
Oh,
Great choice.
Not just because
Great
of the TikTok
choice.
challenge, neither. Or the
yes.
Tiny desk, but
Great choice.
I've
that's
officially hit that age of I don't know what TikTok challenges are, but
Me neither.
Me either. I don't really.
because the only thing I know is that they redo dances though. Like it'll be a song that already got a dance and they do something different.
yeah.
It's the fun
Yeah.
of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one.
I can't keep up. I don't try. So
I seen this and it was like a middle-aged white lady, so I should give her grace in this. But it was the song Tootsie Cotton Candy Sweeties Go. Let me
Tootsie
do that.
Roll.
And she was doing something totally different. And I'm like, uh-uh. Yeah,
What else could you do to that? Never mind.
they
Yeah,
remixing
what
all
else
the
did
songs.
you do?
That's crazy.
you'll be
Like
surprised.
I think Soldier Boy, you was on there, and they were doing
Oh,
something other
yeah.
dance. There's only one dance to do to that song.
It's
But
only one dance for that.
There's only
Wow.
one good way to do it. If you don't bend your knees during the dance and you make a old people friendly dance, I'll take that. But
yeah, they
all that
changed.
other stuff. Okay. So Usher, by far the best album was 8701. I'm not gonna lie. But the best song, and I think this was off of the first album, Usher. The I do anything, everything you want to. She likes it my way. That was the one right there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna confess to you, I probably my little teenage self feeling these feelings that wasn't real feelings. Um
You was dancing in the mirror.
Listen, I anytime it had some rain happened outside, I took every opportunity. Every opportunity.
Just doing the little thing in the rain.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Spinning.
We used to do that all the time, DD. All the time.
Spinning. Straight spinning.
Woo.
He likes it, my it was it. It was it right there. For Neo, I gotta say, it is mad. That baby, I know sometimes. And you seen the music video and he died in it? Oh, that hurt me.
I don't even know that song.
Oh,
It's in their playlist.
Sing
I
it for
know.
a team.
And I don't want to go to bed.
Why didn't I ask the recording artist? You better go, Jocelyn.
I told you.
He was ready.
I was ready, T. I was ready. I even let my vocals warm
She
up.
know exactly what it is.
I love it.
Stay
Hey,
ready. That's what I'm talking about.
you trying to flex. Who's she flexing?
We gotta send Dee the playlist after though. The Neo Essentials playlist. She might not listen to it though, now that I think about it. But
Nah, I listen to it.
okay.
I like Miss Independent too.
Oh, yes, it's good.
He's just not on my playlist, so I don't be thinking about him until, you know what I'm saying?
He's an afterthought.
Yeah, he's not part of my journey.
Okay.
That's a deep word.
Your journey. Okay.
I didn't know how else to say it.
That's a journey though. Okay. Neo is not a part of DD's journey. Everybody remember that.
Plain looking ball man.
Listen,
Sorry.
before we
Without
even
a
go
hat is crazy. Without a
Without a
hat
head is wild. It is wild. But he always
And if
he don't
he
put it on his head all the way.
right.
yeah.
Barely
And he
on it.
loved to kick a microphone stand. Lord have mercy.
he got budget. Like he got a budget. He got it. He got it. We can't kick
But I'm
like so.
like,
At the
man,
church house, we
relax.
can kick the microphone stand. We gotta fight.
I'm not trying.
Yeah,
Listen.
not at Pastor T's church. You know how the young pastors, PT, dropping on mics at PT church.
I heard they be stumping when they be doing the drum solo. Dum 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 dum. She be, you know, how many Jordan she go through on a Sunday. She wear Jordans.
Right. She had millennial pastors. You know how they do.
How many services y'all got? No.
Every Sunday is you Sunday.
1 at 10. Just one service at 10.
1 at 10. They go hard.
But it's live stream.
Listen, it's on the stream from Bedside Baptist. I understand.
That's all that matters.
Oh,
Listen,
man.
Before Jocelyn sung that part of that Neo song, I knew she was about to hit it when she did this. She touched her
That's
ear.
what the real ones do.
See, I don't want to go to bed. She killed it. You're professional. That's
Always
off.
ready. Professional.
That's off.
Stay
Oh,
ready,
okay.
stay ready.
This is the question that I had because y'all started talking about Neo's hat.
Uh-oh.
Are you saying?
What?
I just gotta ask. Are you saying that the attractiveness gradually goes down when you see this man without a hat?
He's
I'm
not
not answering
even
that question. Thank you. Answer that question.
He's not even in my attractiveness category. But without the hat,
So
definitely.
with a hat, with a mask, nothing.
He can't really do much for me. But
We talking
maybe
about
others.
Neo
Yeah.
We talking about
in
Neo.
general. Okay.
We talking about Neo. I mean, she did. She said, "We talking about Neo." Okay, I ain't got no answer.
I don't think the attractiveness changes. I think it's just him with a hat and him without a hat. I don't.
Yeah.
He looks
I don't
the
know. Yeah,
looks
it's just a pointy
Just
head.
without a
That's all.
hat, it's just worse.
I mean,
Okay, and what about those hats? Because I feel like him, Common, Music Soul Child, they all wear those. I don't know what they
they
call
used to.
those hats.
The fedoras.
Nah, it's
Fedoras
not-
or those like paperboy hats. I forgot what they're called.
what's the like old
Yeah,
dudes used to have them on? I don't know the name
Music
of
Soul
them.
Child didn't wear that though.
Nah, he didn't.
You know what I'm talking about, the old dudes hats?
Yeah, like paperboy hats.
Is that what
Like
they call?
old school golfers used to wear them. I don't know the
Yeah.
official
Yeah,
name,
you're
but
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they call, but I know what you're talking about.
But
Yeah.
so those hats is in.
He pushed
So
it.
you-
No,
So you
they're
telling
not
me
in.
Why
They're not.
Ren, why
I'm
don't you bring
just
those back?
saying.
Why don't you bring those back, Ren?
I can't do it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. There
But
is.
yeah, he did used to push it up in the back. You know, Neo was just an entertainer. He's so funny.
He is.
He's something.
He's somebody who, like, I think made a lot of music, but I feel like could have made more. He could have made more. Same thing with Mario. We talked about Mario earlier. I'm like, why is Mario not on Chris Brown level?
Chris Brown is putting music out after a while, though.
I mean,
I'm a huge Chris Brown fan, but I feel like he just pushing music out after a while.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wake up, record, put it out.
You know, it's
For
all
real.
I agree.
And Mario's still touring with what he made back then. He's still singing those
True.
and still making money.
That's
But
crazy.
let's get into this. Let's get into this meat though. Y'all ready?
Yeet.
You want to start it off, sir?
Bet. I'll let y'all know what
Circle
we're doing
host.
right now. So we got some categories going on here right now. This is red flag. We're gonna play a little game with it. So basically what y'all gonna do is be basically transparent. We gonna judge you, yes, but that's what the world do. We fine. And so we're gonna talk about some red flags. Now, this is basically on you, okay? Whatever you deem worthy as a red flag. Now, of course, a lot of your answers is gonna be based off of your experience or your, heartbreaks in the past. But still, maybe we'll ask you to elaborate a little bit. So for this first one, we have 3 categories. The first one is yes or no. You don't get to give caveats while you got yes or no. We just want to know. The second one is red, yellow, green. Is it a red flag? Like, oh no, that's red flag for sure. Yellow, it gives me a little cause for pause. Or green, nah, ain't nothing wrong with that. And then the last one we're gonna talk about, the last category, we're gonna talk about some scenarios, which is gonna get a little spicy, and I know it. But first off, let me offer this up to the panel and say yes or no. You and your significant other argue at least 3 times a week about various things. Is that a red flag?
It depends. I'm gonna break the ice. It depends. Depends on what you arguing about.
Really?
Yes. If you arguing about his shoes always stop at the door, he don't take them upstairs. That ain't, that's not a red flag. That's just I'm annoyed and I'm gonna have to train him.
Okay. And so
If
it's
you
various
arguing about
things, because it's so like various things mean that it's 3 times a week and they all different stuff.
So 3 different topics you arguing about.
3 different topics. So it ain't the same thing. It's 3 different topics.
3 times a week. How many weeks? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I mean, if it's 3 times a week for a month, okay.
That's a bit much.
Yeah. If you're just arguing just because you always arguing, yeah, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was yes or no?
It was yes or no.
I would say yes.
You gonna say yes, T?
Yeah, I don't argue at all. In general, I don't. So if we're arguing about various things, communication. I know we're not supposed to elaborate, but it's a yes red flag. So
yeah.
Josh, what you think?
I would say yes.
So, but you sounded like you was the only one of the 3 of y'all that without a doubt you already knew was gonna be yes before explanation. Soon as before I finished the sentence, yes 3 times. Yes. Why is it a definite yes?
I just think that there should be more days of not arguing than days of arguing. And like if you're always arguing, you're always like somebody's always nitpicking something, or they're nagging someone, or they're just, because some people like arguing, and I'm with T. I just don't like it. If you have to find a reason to like get a reaction out of me, then that is just not it.
Do you guys ever think that, and I just want to know if this is something, since you don't like arguing, do you guys ever feel like, okay, this one thing is something that I have to call out. Like I don't like arguing. I'm not really with the conflict, but this right here, I got to die on this hill. Have you ever crossed something like that? Or what would you say in that case?
Conflict and arguing are not the same.
Okay.
So yeah. I can call out or be called out, but that doesn't mean that's an argument. So like a lot of people think confrontation means it's going to be like fireworks. We finna go at it. Confrontation just means I'm interrupting something to say something or to bring something up. So I'm not afraid of conflict, but I don't want to argue. I can disagree, but all that back and forth and getting loud,
Okay.
Then it also depends on if it's, when you say significant other, husband and wife is different from just, I'm not going to argue with somebody like, I'm not married to you. I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not investing that much emotion.
Then how do you know when the line is then? Like, where's the line at? Like between, okay, it's a conflict. Okay, now this mug is a full-fledged argument.
I don't think it has to be though. I'm not saying it's like you can perfectly like stop everything, but I don't think conflict just means we disagree. It doesn't mean it has to be an argument or a fight. Because you can't just like, I'm gonna bite my tongue because I told the Set Apart podcast that I don't like to argue, so I'm never gonna say how I really feel. I think it's just, you can have conflict without fighting about it, without arguing. And still say how you feel and what you need.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But if every 3 times, it's too much.
I think it's not like what you say, it's how you say it. If you say something with a demeaning tone, you're gonna get demeaning back. You're gonna get, argumentative back. Like if you say something and you're trying to work it out, then it's different than you trying to get a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can tell when somebody's trying to like jab to get a reaction.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. This is good because I'm gonna send this next question to T.
Okay.
And it elaborates off that exact thing that we just said. Your partner makes passive jokes about real issues and that he sees in the relationships, but he never confronts you directly about it. Is that a red flag?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The
I'm big
worst.
on communication and being direct. There's a difference between being blunt and just being direct and know how to communicate. And if you don't know how to communicate, but you can make a joke out of things, that's a problem for me. Dee Dee jokingly called me a pastor, but I work with a lot of people as far as communicating and articulating myself. So if they can't do that and it's passive, it's not going to fly for me. So
So
yeah,
that's definitely a red flag. No if, ands, or buts.
absolutely. Yeah. We're too old to not know how to communicate.
Thank
Direct.
you.
We're too old.
Childish.
And what if it's so if it's a jab, and of course I'm putting you in some theoretical
Yeah.
situations, you know what I mean? But at your if you're getting these jokes, very, very passive. So let's say I'm just gonna put something random. You always leave dishes in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
And he like, oh, well, I guess I gotta hurry up and shower because I gotta have some time before bed because you always leave dishes in the sink. Like some stuff like that, like where he said in a sarcastic tone, but
Yeah.
never ever told you, like, hey, it bothers me that you leave dishes in the sink. How do you address something like that if you like, hey, like you feel some type of way? How do you
Right.
address something like that?
I mean, it would just be having a conversation. Like, hey, you keep making these jokes. I noticed that it obviously must be bothering you. Like, let's get to it, And I'm not big on pointing the blame back and forth. I don't like going tit for tat. So if there's a problem, like, let me know. Like, how do we resolve this? And I can probably give you an explanation as to why I'm not doing it, or I may not have been aware, but make me aware so that I can work on it, and vice versa. I'm big on, I want to be treated the same way I want somebody else to treat me. So if I want somebody to communicate with me directly, I have to do that to them too. But I would just bring it up to them. I'm making it sound simple, but I like direct communication.
No, that's good. That's a good simple. Last time I asked Jocelyn that, she was like, "You not funny." That's how she would address
Not
it.
him coming for me.
You not funny.
Right. Your joke's not funny. Actually.
Right.
He might get popped in the
Got
mouth.
something
No,
to
I'm just kidding.
They're gonna be there when you wake up too.
Everybody knows. I'm gonna ask Jocelyn the same question. With the passive jokes, everybody knows that Dee Dee has been on record saying that she has been blessed with a smart mouth. In this situation, when you address this, Jocelyn, would you consider yourself with the same blessing?
No. Well, a little bit. I could
I'm
be
gonna defend myself
sarcastic
after
too.
this.
But I think I've grown a lot as a person, as a woman, that I'm like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time for um, just the pettiness and the jokes. Like, say what you mean what you say. I would like to say I'm a very coachable, teachable person because that's what I teach and coach, in life and to my students and players. And so like I want to be the same way. If you have an issue, if you feel a certain type of way, I'm with T. Like just address it and let me know how I can grow. And I would do the same for you.
That's respectful. Okay, tell us about this button, Dee. What you saying?
Um, I have been blessed with a smart mouth, and what I mean by that is I have learned to I have learned that I can cut sharp if I choose to, but I also choose to refrain because I know that my words are impactful, especially to men, whether they be little young men or older men. And so, because I've learned that in my experience, I am very direct. And I've heard men say, well, not even men, just people say, oh, you really direct. And that's because I don't like things lingering. I don't like the feeling of like, I wonder what that meant when they said that. I rather just talk about it. So if I have a question, I'm going to ask because I don't like that. Oh, well, I'll talk about it later. I'm like, okay, but like you keep saying the same thing. It sounds like you should probably talk about it now because then I don't want to start assuming and thinking and guessing and interpreting. So I'm direct as well. But what I've learned with my smart mouth is that it could be used for good, but it can also tear down.
Right.
So that's what I would do in that situation. I guess I'm with the consensus, like, because I could say something else. The fleshly part of me.
The sword is sharp.
Oh, it's sharp. The fleshly part of me would probably say something smart, like, because I can be sarcastic too.
What's up, guys? This is Ren from the Set Apart Podcast. Did you know you can interact with us and continue the conversation via our online forum? That's right. You can email us today at setapartpodcastteam@gmail.com because this is not just a podcast. This is a movement. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Like, what else? Well, you just going to have to get up early then. You want to, I could do that. The old me would do that without even batting an eye.
They got some
But
determined.
I also, look, I'll run the water for you, sir. You want to be petty? Let's go. But I've grown because I did realize in my past experiences and even raising a son that when the woman you love says something, it hits different.
Facts.
So I have to be really, really careful. And I've learned so much over the past few years that because of where a man might value a woman, her words will cut when his homeboy will probably insult him all day long. And it doesn't matter.
They can say the same exact thing, and it just means, yeah it's different.
Yeah, you preach it. I just learned that recently, too. So, trying to use my words wisely.
Don't play like that.
The Lord is working on me.
Ball up her fist. You ain't funny. Here go number 3. I'm gonna come at you first, D. Now this is in the eye of the beholder. So you're in a pretty serious relationship, and you are accustomed to giving each other terms of endearment. You know that I love you. You're doing a great job. You look beautiful. You're used to that in your relationship, and it hasn't happened in about a month or so.
That's a long time.
Sorry. Let me backtrack. It hasn't happened in a month or so without being prompted.
Ooh.
So, for example, like you can say, "Hey, you ain't say you love me today." He say, "I love you." Keep going. But now for the last month, it needs to be prompted if you want to hear it because he's not doing it no more. Is that a red flag?
It's not a red flag. It's a flag, but it's not red.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have a conversation. I'm sorry I broke the rule because I didn't say yes or no. I guess I kind of did. But if it was consistent and then it kind of stopped, there's something else that needs to be addressed. It's not even about him saying sweet nothings. There's something else.
Yeah.
So it's a flag. If we already at the I love you stage, then it's worth digging into to see what it is. So it's not a red flag.
But it does give you cause for pause because something done changed, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I would hope it didn't take me a month to notice, but yeah.
Okay, respect that. Boss, what you got?
I think it's not a red flag, but I feel like sometimes people get complacent in relationships and comfortable, and they stop doing the things that it took to, maintain their spark. And if we're used to being affirmed, um, if that's not happening, you're like, well, you getting comfortable? Like, what's up? Like, what's going on? Like, it has to be a conversation. And I wonder if like he's not doing it and Didi or I or T are doing it, or is it both of us have just stopped? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Right.
One is doing it, not the
It's
other.
just like he would. It's just something very very out of character. You in a relationship. He often says it. He often says it before. I mean, and you once again, just like Didi said, like you got to be somewhat serious in order for this to be a common thing. It ain't just like you said it for the first time. No, this is common in your relationship, and he has always been very forthcoming with this. And now we've hit a dry spell for some weeks now. Would
I
that
was just
change?
wondering if you're getting comfortable. Like, if you're getting
Okay.
too comfortable, or is there something else going on? And we need to have a conversation. But
Okay.
it's not a red flag. It's not a red flag.
It's not okay. So we got a yes. Well, we got a cause for pause. We got a not a red flag, and T is about. She is foaming at the mouth to tell you that he is out the door right now. What you got?
Red flag means he's out of here, or does that mean it's just like very
Red
alarming?
flag mean it's a serious issue. Like we are here. Like it is.
It's
We
a
in
serious
DEFCON
issue.
5.
And here's why. My love language is words of affirmation. So I need to hear those things. And if we got as far as we did, you have to know that already. And from my own experience, I've dealt with it, and something definitely was up. The person that checked out, but I picked up on those things, and we eventually had a conversation. So that's why my answer is absolutely, because I've been guilty of not affirming the person either. But we had a conversation, and that changed. But knowing that it's my love language and how I prefer to communicate, and like Dee said, a month is a long time. So I noticed immediately in a text
Yeah.
what's going on, something is weird. Before it to be a month, that's a long time. And that's intentional. I believe men are very intentional and they pursue, and when they're not doing it, something is up. And we could have a conversation, but that's
Talk
my
that talk. Talk that talk. I respect that. Now we're gonna kind of slide into
Pause.
no,
Pause. Yeah, I didn't hear your answer.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Okay. I respect that. For me, it's I pride myself in being very clear. You may not agree with how I'm feeling or what's going on, but I want to be very clear to you so you're not caught off guard. So kind of echo what's been had. Like I don't say it's a red flag, but it's the early signs of this could be when there's smoke, there's fire very oftentimes. And so that's the smoke. It's like, hey, something going on. Like now, don't get me wrong. Like I am not the type that takes it personal in the first, like, because people get stressed out from work and other elements that has nothing to do with me. And it makes them out of character. But I need to do my due diligence as saying, like, hey, if it is this, let's talk about it. And if it's not this, how can I come alongside you and support you in that? But either way, communication needs to happen. So I would say no, just because the red flag will probably be shortly found out afterwards if there is one. Because that leads to a lot of other stuff and a lot of trapdoors. So that's like what is it called, rabbit hole. But since we calling people out, I'm already great enemies with Jocelyn, so she might as well start this one. Now everybody celebrates. I don't know about you guys in your relationships or your ideal relationship, but something that is very near and dear in a lot of them, general relationships, is not only witnessing the bad stuff, and the quarrels and or the conversations, but also celebrating the good stuff. So Boss, they don't tell you about the awesome things that's happening at work, i.e., they probably got a promotion. They probably got a raise of some sort. Some amazing astronomical thing has happened. And you are very close. And you found out through the wind. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you found out through the grapevine. They never
Found out
mentioned.
on IG stories.
Exactly. They didn't. They with you, and they spent so many hours with you after it happened, and then they on IG talking about got a raise, praise God. Uh, is that is that a red flag?
Absolutely, because a man who is like really feeling you, like love you, all that, they're going to want to tell you everything first, good or bad. They're going to want to call you first. They're going to be so excited to just, get your excitement and feel your love and excitement for them, right? And so I feel like that's definitely a red flag for me. I want to know your accomplishments first. I want to know what makes you smile first. I want to know like how your day was first. I want to know all those things just so that I can be as affirming and as celebratory and as loving and giving to him.
That's good. T, what you got?
I'm gonna echo the boss. I would say the same sentiments, honestly. Um, Especially if I'm there through hell and high water to know what's not going well when it is going well.
Exactly.
Give me the other side too, you know. I don't want to just be your safe space when something's wrong, but also your cheerleader when things are going well. And if I find out you telling other people, it's gonna make me question what other things you're sharing with other folks first. And not that I need to. No, I'm gonna be correct. I want to be the first person that you tell most things. So,
Yeah.
to answer your question, yes, it would be a red flag for me.
Okay. Queen Dee.
Same. It's a red flag. Yeah, I feel like if I have to take if you dump the other stuff on me, then I should be able to engage in the good stuff too. Especially if I'm your source of encouragement and all that good stuff, why wouldn't you tell me when something good has happened?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going out with the homies first? You ain't even call me. Like, I'm seeing they stories and I'm like, wait, what's going on? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's real sketchy to me. And the way that women in general think, like T said, like, what else don't I know? Like, what other moments or big things have we not shared? Like, if we're supposed to be like sharing a life or blending a life, like, I should be a part of every celebration.
Right.
Like, if I was there when, your mom was sick in the hospital, I should also be there when she come out, or I should be there when, got a raise or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it will make you be like, I thought I was a priority, but I was the first number you called. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
You was there
weird.
shooting in the gym. You was there. I respect that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to answer this one because we got something coming up about this again. And so I'm just going to use my privilege. Let's start with T. We haven't started with T yet. Now, this could be bigger or small based on who you are. It's been over 2 weeks. So that gives you about 14 days, 14, 15 days in that range. He has not asked you once how you are, how your day is going, or what's happening in your life. Is it a red flag or not?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Block. That's what it is.
No, for real. As I'm a person that like takes on a lot from other folks. So again, I want to be that person's safe space and vice versa. I'm big on reciprocating. And if you're not asking about how I'm doing, or I'm telling you and you're not asking, it gives off the impression that you don't care. Um, why are you here? I'm gonna be honest. That's really what I'm asking. Or what do you value, or what are you getting out of this? Those are the thoughts that are coming to my mind. So yeah. And I'm a person that's intentional about asking how a person is doing. I won't call myself an empath, but I can typically pick up on when something is wrong with a person.
You called yourself an empath. You can't
I'm,
say that. I ain't gonna call myself that, but I'm about to define it for you.
I'm gonna call it discernment, but I'm big on that. So if I pick up on those things, I'm going to have a conversation, and I would expect the person to do the same. So if they're not, and they're not intentional about it, again, I believe that men are intentional. And when they're not, it's a problem or a red flag for me. So yes, that would be a red flag, because 2 weeks is a long time.
Oh, that's good. All right, we're gonna go to you next, Queen. Queen Didi, what's up?
Yeah, that's a red flag. That's 14 opportunities that you missed.
14
but
opportunities.
yeah, because that's
yeah.
yeah, we have to be real, because if men are intentional, they can also be unintentional. So when something is on a man's mind, it doesn't matter what you say, what happens in his life, it's gonna be on his mind. If he's trying to get that PS5 on Black Friday, trust me, he's planning since May to figure out a way to get that PS5. So he's going to be checking. He's going to be looking at the stores. Who got it? How I'm going to plan this out? Do I got to drive to the store 4 hours away? What I got to do? And if I'm on your mind, you should be like jumping at the bit to be like, I can't wait to talk to her to see how her day went. Especially if I got something going on, I'm going to need a follow-up, because that lets me know like I'm a priority to you, just like you are to me. Because I'm going to ask if you got something going on or not. How'd it go today? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Feeling better? What'd you think about so-and-so? I'm not saying you got to communicate like me, but if I'm somebody on your mind, if you're telling me that you're trying to get to know me, I'm going to need you to try to get to know me. So you should be asking about me. You should be talking to me. You should know kind of how I am, learning about me. And the answers I give you to that "how was your day" question, you would learn a lot about me. But if you're not asking, then you're uninterested.
Right. Okay. Boss?
I'm sorry, y'all. There's just like high speed like chase going on out here with this helicopter. I have no idea what's going on. But if
New
you
York,
hear,
New York, ladies and gentlemen.
you've been circling for a long time. I'm sorry if y'all hear that, but
APB.
for me, it's a red flag. Guys are intentional, and I've dealt with the guy that I'll ask him, how's his day going, how are you doing, and he's like, good, like he'll tell me, and then like he won't ask back, and I'm just like, so you don't want to know how my day is, you don't want to know anything about me. And like, I don't like those one-sided conversations. I'm like, if we're going to keep this conversation going, I need you to be intentional about asking me how I'm doing, like all these questions, like reciprocate this, right? And those are big. Like, I really don't deal with guys who are one-sided and only think about themselves and their days. If you really are intentional, you're gonna seek, and you're gonna want to know more about me.
Right. Dang, that's real. Man, this is probably one of the hardest questions I think out of all of them for me. Just because, okay, I'm not gonna say.
I figured a guy would answer a little different.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say a general thing saying all guys feel this way, but like predominantly in the relationships that I have, friends, family, whatever, I'm the person asking that question. And so out of 300 contacts in my phone, Didi being one of them, maybe 6 people asked that. And then when they ask me, I'm like, dang, like I didn't expect to hear it. So I'm really trying to figure out, how am I doing? Like, I don't even know how to, like, it's a hard question. I don't know why it's so hard for me, but like, I don't answer it a lot. Hey, how you doing today? I think I'm doing good. I mean, I ain't really thought about what happened today. I just been going through the motions and stuff. But it is a good thing because it's a sobering minded thought. Like, you really got to check in with yourself and say, hey, really, what is up? Like, what's going on? But I will say that when it's not happening, I'm gonna be real with you. 14 opportunities, a long time. I would have been blind. I would have probably found out on day 15 that it ain't happened for 14 days. Like I'm slow.
With somebody that you talk to every day.
Yeah, I'm slow. I'm so slow. I'm like, yeah, I don't even know if they, and it's only because like I do have and I'm not saying ministry should be like this, so I'm not generalizing it, but I am in like ministry where like you are checking in on people, and there's a lot of people who never ask it back. And that's
Facts.
more of the norm. That's more of the norm. It's like, so I mean, one would assume that I'm seen as the person who asked it. They don't, ask it back. And I'm like, okay, I'm not, especially if you give me a bad answer, like, oh, you've had a horrible day and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, you kind of in your head. I know you're not thinking about the outside world. You probably just in your scenario. So I don't know if it's a red flag because I wouldn't find out. I wouldn't remember it, or it wouldn't come up on
We
me.
talk about significant other.
That's what I was gonna say. Ministry is not
Pastor Ren.
And
In
because-
ministry, nobody asks how you doing.
Same.
And
It's
because of that, I don't think I would notice in a significant other relationship either. I don't think I would notice.
So you would need her to actually tell you that you're not being intentional about asking how she's doing.
No, I would ask how she's doing because that's normal. That's like
You're talking about being asked.
I'm talking about
Okay.
being asked. I wouldn't know if I because even if I would just consider it natural if somebody was to say, if I was to say, hey, how you doing? They guess how they think and never ask it back. I'll just keep on pushing.
Hey, this is your girl Dee Dee from Set Apart with Ren and Dee Dee. Thank you so much for tuning in to this latest installment. Don't forget to subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts.